Hey, what is good, everybody? I hope you had a fantastic Christmas and Happy New Year. And in case you were wondering where I've been taking a much needed break between the podcasting, the music production, the regular day job, trying to take care of the house and whatever the hell else is going on. My mind is so jumbled right now, dealing with all this damn weather and the snow and trying to even get places. I took some time off. So this episode is going to be real quick because I still need that time off. Let's talk about it. Okay, so aside from the original very first episode, this might be one of the shortest podcasts ever out there, because I just need to take time for myself, like I was saying before, and there's nothing wrong with that. If that's something you need to do for you, make sure you take time to do that as well. We need to take care of our mental health, and a lot of times we care too much about what other people are thinking, but hey, I got to take care of me. I got to make sure I'm doing right and taking care of myself and my family before I can get on here and put this podcast out and try to encourage y'all to do the same thing if I ain't doing it myself. With that being said, one of the things I wanted to touch on real quick that kind of came to mind when I was celebrating Christmas this year with my mixed family. As you know, if you've been listening for a while, we have a lot of, half brothers, half sisters, kids, coming along with the marriage, whatever. We're all one big happy family, even if we're not all 100% blood related. But everyone brings in different traditions, and whose is right, whose is wrong. That's kind of what I wanted to talk about. I don't think there is a right way or a wrong way, but I do think that there's probably a certain list of traditional things that people do during Christmas or the New Year, that they just expect other people to maybe do the same thing. Maybe that's the way they were raised, and maybe they don't take a minute to think that not everybody was raised the same.
That's really dumb.
And like I know in my case, our Christmas tradition was pretty much not being traditional, if that makes sense, because every single year it really revolved around, it was a mixture of my mom trying to kind of pull together things that she did as a child, but also there was influence of the men that were in her life over the years. So whatever their traditions were would get mixed in, and it's like this year we did the one present on New Year's thing, and the next year we did the no gifts at all until Christmas morning, and then another year it's every Christmas gift was opened on Christmas Eve, and Christmas morning was just for family and food, or there's just like so many different ways to do things. Sometimes people would try to do the Santa thing, like one person wears a Santa hat and they go around and they everybody takes turns opening gifts, and you say thank you and you talk about it. And I think the reason why that one was not as popular in my household is because, let's be honest, our gifts were not that great. Holding up a box of colored pencils and saying thank you and talking about it was maybe kind of a dull way. It's, as an adult, you appreciate stuff like that, but as a kid, kids don't really want to do that, so we never did it that way. And it just falls back onto Christmas. How are we expected to celebrate it when we are not raised to follow in certain traditions? Do our children expect certain traditions because of the influence of social media? Well, for one, social media has definitely poisoned the minds of the youth and a lot of relationships. Like, a lot of people are scrolling. They're not even realizing how much stuff is staged, how many people have sponsorships. They're not paying for things. They have paid actors. And there is, for real, people who are watching these things on social media and they think that it's all real. And I don't understand. and even the ones that are more genuine, people don't think about the fact of everybody has, a different lifestyle. They have different financial situations, and what is great for one person doesn't mean that you have to follow them in line. So, anyways, the whole point of this podcast was based on my own guilt of wondering, what do my kids expect on Christmas? Because I'm not perfect myself. And in a way, because I was not raised with kind of a proper parental atmosphere, I'm still just a big kid myself. So when it comes to Christmas, I'm passing around the gifts, and then I'm basically telling everybody, like, hey, let's get it. Like, jump in. Let's have fun. Let's rip open shit and throw paper everywhere and be confused what is trash and what is toys. Like, just make a mess and have fun. But at the same time, I'm wondering, do my kids appreciate that? Or are they thinking like, hey, I wanted to pay attention to who opened what, and I wanted them to thank me that because they're at the adult age where they're buying gifts too. Maybe that's not fun to them. I have no idea. I need to sit down and talk with them more about that. But I'm just curious, what are your traditions in opening gifts? Do you feel like you're doing it right? Are you doing it wrong? Are you doing it a certain way because it's what's expected of you, but you want to do it a different way? Because I 100% wish I had the patience to go around and have everyone open one gift at a time and clap hands and say, that's awesome, and go on to the next thing. But again, I am just a big kid. I didn't have really much of a childhood myself, which equals me into being a big child now. I'm just as excited about opening stuff and being in this happy moment as the rest of everyone else. It's like the 5 minutes or 10 minutes, however long it takes to open these gifts, where I'm kind of got this brain numbness where I'm not thinking about all the depression that Christmas usually brings me, when I'm usually just depressed thinking about what other people are not getting. When I'm in that moment where everyone is happy and opening gifts, that's a happy moment for me. So I think I don't want to slow it down. And maybe that's why I want to rush through it. I'm sure there's some kind of psychological shit going on with that. But that, again, that's just my quick 2 cents on this. This, like I said, is a hella quick episode. I got shit to do, but that was something that I wanted to share before I forgot and before it ended up being like March or April or some shit, and I'm still trying to talk about Christmas. So I just wanted to at least take 5 or 10 minutes and bring that up and see, what are your thoughts? Are you thinking similar things? Am I right? Am I wrong? Does it not matter as long as everybody's happy? Anyways, again, I'm sorry to rush through this. Appreciate each and every one of you for still tuning in. I know it's been a while. I will try to come back on regularly every other week as I was before. And again, much love. Talk to y'all later. Peace.
exit.